hello everyone. Welcome back to this video series on Python programming. In this video, we are going to look into a program which is related to file handling. I believe the viewers should have a knowledge of what is file handling and how we take care of file handling, different type of modes of file handling, how we open a file, how we write a file, how we read a file from a file, and in various modes using Python file handling concepts. So if you don't have that particular information, I believe you can just go to the videos available, and then you can come back to this program. So now in this program, the objective is to write a Python program to read a sentence from a file. Say the file name is a.txt, and create a dictionary of vowels and update this vowel dictionary in a new file. So it is known as b.txt. So the thing is, you have two files, one Python file. Okay, there are three different type of files. One is called the input file. Suppose the name was a.txt. The other is the Python file that actually reads, that actually implements the processing part, and the next is the destination file, which is known as b.txt. So what we are doing here is, you can see here that we have written I am new to this lab. So this is a file which is called the a.txt file, which actually has the input string, input sentence that says that I am new to this file. Below this, when we will actually run this program, we will see the output that is generated in this below this particular file. And this file, there is a file which is right now it's the same, the background color. So you cannot differentiate between the input and the destination file. But as of now, I understand that we have a file which is blank, which doesn't have any input, because when we process this I am new to this lab, it will create a dictionary, and the dictionary should be shown here in this particular destination file. So this is the objective. So for this, the first thing is, you need to open a file, you need to read, you have to manually enter a sentence in the file, and then you have to use that sentence for the further processing. So there are two options which you can proceed. Option one says you want to click if you're using idle editor for Python programming, go to the file option, select a new file, enter a string in that file, and save this file with the extension of .txt. This is the one way you can do it in the read, and then open this file in the read mode to process. The second option says open a file in the write mode, and it will open a blank file for you, enter a string and close that file. So now the file has been updated. So we have created this input file using the option 2. You can see here we have a file underscore pt1. This is the name given for the file pointer. File pointer are those things which points to the starting of the file. So it says that I initialized this file pointer for a.txt in write mode. That means I want to create a file with the name called a.txt with a write mode. So if this file exists in my dictionary, when in my data directory where my Python has been stored, it will override the existing file. It will create a blank file. It will remove all the data because I'm opening in the write mode. So the thing is, if we create by default, it will create a blank file with the name of a.txt. If a.txt was existing in the directory, it will replace it. It will remove all the data from the a.txt and will create a new file. Now once this file is created, I can push a string using the write method. So file pointer dot write, and within this write I will write the string I am new to this lab. Once this what this thing will do, it will go, this file pointer is pointing to the first instance of that particular first location of this file. So it will just start writing this string from the first location till the end of the file operator. So it will write I am new to this lab Once this is done, I have issued a command saying file pointer dot close. So it will close this file. The file processing has been done. It will save and close this file by the name called a.txt. Second thing is, when I want, now when I have this file, when I have the data, now I want to open this file in a read mode, right? So then what I will do, I will reopen the file a.txt, but the mode is been changed to R, that is the read mode. Now when I have opened this with the same file pointer or a different file pointer, which if you like, you can create a more file pointers because you have already closed the file pointer. So it's perfect. You can use the same file pointer or you can create a new file pointer. So I have reinitialized the file pointer. Now what I will do, I want to read the content of the file. So now the method will not be write, it will be read. So if I say file pointer dot read, so read generally don't have any parameters. So if you don't pass any parameter, number of bytes in this, it will read the complete content of the file. If you pass any value here like 10, 12, 13, right, so it will read that much bytes from that particular file. Suppose I have passed file underscore pt1 dot read, inside the parenthesis I will write 5, right, and what it will do, it will read the 5 first characters like I space a m space. Okay, so 1 2 3 4 5, so it will print I space am space. So this was the thing, this much string it will read. Okay, so that's why I want to read the complete string, so I'm not passing any parameter in the read function, right? So this read will read all the content of the file. How much content you enter is with all the content in that particular from the file, and store it into a data variable. Okay, the name of the variable is called data and the data type is string. So it will store this I am new to this lab type of string into a string called data, into a variable called data. Why I am using this? Because I want to process now the string and find out the vowels out of that particular string. So before this, there are many ways you can do it, but the way that I have used here is, I have created a empty dictionary. I initialize the dictionary like dict underscore vowel, VOW is the name of the dictionary that will hold the vowels data, the frequency of vowels. So it has 5 vowels, I, E, A, E, I, O, U, and all are initialized to a value called 0. Right? Initially we assume that all the values are 0. Now as in when we find a variable, when we find a vowel, we will increment the value of that particular vowel by 1, right? So this is the logic. Whenever we find a, we will increment the value of it a to 1. If we again find a, we will again increment the value of a to 2. If I find I will increment the value of I from 0 to 1. This is how I will do and keep on updating this dictionary. So for updating the dictionary, what I have done is, I have used a for loop. So the for character in data, so it says that now read the complete data, now read the complete string I am new to this lab, and take character by character. So if we take one character, and it says that if the character is upper, so because what I will do, I have used a dictionary which is AEIOU, only small characters. So if I have a capital characters, it won't fit into this. So if I have a capital I and a small I, it will only take the small I as a vowel. It will not consider capital I as a vowel because I don't have the string here. So in order to make this short, I have used a function called isUpper. So if I change the character is upper, I will convert this character into lower first, and then I will process that particular character as a vowel or not vowel. So I will check that if the character is small, suppose the first character is I is in caps, I guess, right? I is in caps. So it will say that it will come back here, it will say that I is in upper, this will return true. It will go here, it will change the case of the character to small case, and then it will come here, it will say I if I in this, so if I belong to this character set, the because I belongs to this, it will go here, it will say dict I, it will go to this dictionary, it will check whether I is the key. Yes, it has a key, to increment the value of that dict by 1. So this, now this I becomes 1, this I frequency of I becomes 1. Now it go up again, check the next character, the next character is space, so it will come back here, because it doesn't match to this, it won't change anything, right? The next character is A, it will go up and check whether A is upper or not. No, A is not upper, so it will go, it will not go to this line, because it is, this condition becomes false. It will come up here, A belongs to this set, yes, it belongs to the set. It will go inside and check whether the character dict A value is, does exist, the A key exists, yes, it exists in the dictionary. So it says that if this exists, increase the value by 1. Now again this value will become 1. So I am changing the value now manually here, so that you can actually see what is happening. So both the values have been changed to 1 and 1. The next thing is M. This next character is M. So it will go here, it will change it is not upward, so it won't, it is written false. Come back here, it says whether the M is a part of this string. No, it's not a part of this string, so it will not do anything. Come back here, again the next character is space, again it won't belong to this, it will not do. The next character is N. N is again not a vowel, it won't affect any of these lines. Then the next word is E. Now it comes to E, it checks this, it becomes false. It comes to here, it is existing in this, so it will change that E to 1, right? This E is now, the dictionary value of E becomes 1, right? Next, likely it will go to space, then it will go to T, then it will go to O. Now when O comes, the O is again incremented by 1, right? Then this again go to T, H, and then I. Again I find I. The I should be having a value called 2. Then is S, then is space, then L, then again I have a, so it will again increment the A to 2, and then I have a B. After that this should stop. So initially the dictionary value that you have used was 00000. Finally, what the dictionary value for the vowels should update, what the B file should exist will be A is 2, the frequency of A is 2, E is 1, I is 2, O is 1, and U is 0. So this is the output value, right? The commented one is the input value, and the commented one is not the input. The commented one is the output that we will verify once we run this code. So this is how this logic actually works. Now once we have the dictionary which actually has the frequencies, can we push this dictionary directly to the file? Because those who are well aware of file handling, the write function, when we use the write method expects a string that is pushed to a file, right? You cannot, a dictionary by default is not a string. Okay, so if we try to push a dictionary with the help of like file pointer 2.write.dict wow, right, it will give you an error. So what we do, we have typecasted the dictionary value into a string and save it into a new variable called push data. Now we opened a new file b.text in the write mode, because even if the b.text was not existing, it will create a new file and it will blank file, right? Now it will push the data because we have already changed the data type to string. So this new file will have these values. It will show you these values, right? It should show. And finally we close these two. We will close these two file pointers, because it is a standard that once you open a file pointer, you have to close the file pointer. So this is the complete explanation of this particular file. Let us run this module, and you will see the dictionary in the lower part of uh, this right side. Okay. Let me open that file again for you so that you can see the output. Okay, so let me put it here again. Caption 3 b.txt. Yes, now you can see this. Uh, this is b.txt. Now this was the file. This is the the dictionary file that we actually got from that particular uh, processing. So if you enter and you match this, a is 2, e is 1, I is 2, o is 1, and u is 0. Okay, so we find all these values correct. So if you change any string, for any string you can process it and you can populate it with the values. I hope this program is clear to all the students. If you have any doubts, you can post your comments, and we'll back with new programs, new concept in the next video. Thank you.